Have you ever noticed that the more deeply you think, the harder it becomes to connect? That the more you question, the more people retreat? It's not your imagination. The truth is, depth alienates. In a world that rewards speed, certainty, and simplicity, those who pause, reflect, and doubt often get left behind. It's not because they're wrong, but because they're unwilling to pretend they're right when they're not. History rarely embraces deep thinkers in real time. It tolerates them later, when their voices are safely silenced and their discomforting truths can be romanticized from a distance. From Simone Weil to Kierkegaard, from Kafka to Hypatia, many who saw the world more clearly felt unseen in their own. But why? Why is depth, which should be admired, so often met with silence? To answer that, we have to understand how humans relate to understanding. When someone lifts more than us, we admire them. When someone sings better than us, we applaud. But when someone thinks more clearly than us, something else happens. Psychologists call it cognitive dissonance, the discomfort we feel when reality threatens the stories we tell ourselves. A deep thinker, just by existing, questions those stories, not aggressively, not with ego, but with quiet presence, and that presence becomes a mirror, one that reflects everything others try to avoid. It's not hostility they feel, it's insecurity. It's not the thinker they dislike, it's the reminder that the world is more complex than it seems, that truth is rarely comfortable, and that most of what we call normal is simply unexamined. Here's the paradox. We live in the most connected age in history, yet deep thinkers often feel the most alone, not for lack of people, but for lack of depth. Try talking about meaning, mortality, or free will at a dinner table, and you'll see people reach for their phones faster than their thoughts. It's not because they're shallow, it's because they're not ready. And deep thinkers often forget that not everyone is prepared to leave the safety of simplicity. This is where isolation begins, not in arrogance, but in a craving for truth over comfort. Science supports this too. A 2016 study found that highly intelligent people often report lower satisfaction from social interaction, not because they dislike people, but because surface-level connection drains them. They seek depth like others seek oxygen. They don't avoid people, they avoid shallowness, and yet society is structured for the opposite. Social media thrives on brevity. News cycles reward outrage. Shallow wins because it's easy, quick, palatable. So what happens to those who want to explore beyond the surface? They withdraw, not out of superiority but preservation. The cost of awareness is often loneliness. But the reward? Clarity, meaning, purpose. Not in quantity of connections, but in quality of thought. So if you've ever felt like your mind is too loud for the world, if you've ever been told you think too much, feel too deeply, or question too often, remember this: you're not broken, you're just awake. And in a world that sleeps through its own existence, awakening is the first step toward freedom.